So
Hi.
What's new?
Nothing. It's a good day of practice. I thought that was by far one of our better days in the last week. I think the guys came out, their bodies are feeling better, and they came out and worked. So I was pretty pleased.
Obviously about the quarterback situation.
Yeah, I mean, Jaden's going to start week 1, and we'll go from there.
What made him the guy?
He got better every single day. I mean, his completion percentage in the last week and a half of practice skyrocketed. You saw the comfort, and then, his ability to throw the ball down the field is definitely, a huge compliment to what we can do offensively. But in reality, he just kept getting better every day, and he earned it. I mean, that was a kid who almost got no reps in spring because he didn't know what he was doing. He started off as the 3 in full camp because he was learning what to do, but he just kept growing and kept battling, and he deserved it.
How'd Trent take the news?
Great. Trent's a leader. You got everybody in this valley should be so impressed by not just Trent, but the Bourget family. His father, how he raised his 2 sons that are on our football team, how they have competitive nature, how they're smart, how they handle themselves in the community. Everything that family does as a whole, this valley should get behind and they should support, because Trent's a hell of a player. He's an even better person, right? And he's going to be successful in life.
How much can Jaden kind of learn from Trenton in terms of growing into that leadership role too?
Oh, a lot. I mean, Trenton's a vet, and he's a smart vet, right? And he's a leader. He was voted to our leadership council. That's not by accident. Right? We had 3 quarterbacks voted on our leadership council, right? That shows that there's multiple guys that lead, but everybody leads in a different way. And Trenton's way is just talking to people and explaining things really well. So I think he has to continue to lead and continue to help people on our football team, because you know what? His time still may come.
What are the challenges of coaching your first game here and having a quarterback playing his first game?
Same as every game I've ever coached, to be honest. Not much different. I guess I've always managed the clock, so that's the same. Offensive coaches manage the clock, and that's always been kind of my role on game day. So, I guess watching the defense more, that's about it. But other than that, it's the same operation. And then me being on the field is probably the biggest change, is, being in that environment, and I'm a fiery person, right? I have to practice, staying calm. Right? That's just the reality of it, right? I got to have a little bit of poise about myself because my nature is fiery and intensity and passion, and our kids are going to feed off me, and I have to be calm and poised in those moments.
You kind of touched on it, but how much did Jaden's ability to create those explosive plays kind of factor in the decision?
Thanks, Jordan. But it was huge. He's just an explosive player. And the key is to balance explosive plays with not taking negatives. And that's why in practice, we practice throwing the ball away. Because if the worst play is a throwaway and the best play is a 45-yard touchdown, it's going to be a good game.
So what can you say about Jaden's intangibles?
He's an unbelievable human. Like, if you think about that kid and what he's been through in his last year of his life, what the media thought about him, how the media slandered his name, whatever everybody did to Jaden, and the fact that he shows up every day, he takes reps with the 3s, shows up with a smile on his face to get better, right? And then he's an unbelievable person. Like, you're around him and you understand he's about other people. His success is through other people. He loves to see other people succeed. And I'm blessed he's on our team, because he's just a great person. He's a great representation of what we're trying to be here. And that's really talented people, but we want to be good people. Like, it's on our wall. Be a good person. It's really, really easy to be a good person, right? He embodies that.
Coach, when you recruited him, you basically said, hey, come out here, have some fun. Are you seeing fun? Is that energy out here?
Oh, yeah, I'm seeing it. But, we're closer to game day. Winning becomes fun. Like, let's just be honest. Like, winning is fun. But you have to be able to keep that competitive balance in your own mind, that this is what's necessary, and I am obsessed with getting better. And if you become obsessed with getting better, then you're competitive versus yourself. And if you're competitive versus yourself, competition is fun, right? So you have to create that enjoyment with yourself, you versus you, of I'm going to win today versus me. And I'm going to compete versus myself, and that's the challenge. I don't see opponents. I know we game plan versus all these opponents. I could care less. Y'all are going to ask me every week about an opponent, and I'm going to say the same thing, right? It really doesn't matter. It's about us, because it's true. We worry about us. Success is defined as being the very best you can be every single day. We're going out there trying to be successful every day.
Okay, where have you seen Kenny over here? How is Jaden as far as next play mentality? If he makes a mistake at practice, how does he bounce back from it?
He's getting better. To say he's perfect's a lie. right? Because he's a true freshman, right? But he's getting better every day. We talk about it, and you can see it. I can see it click in his mind, right, where he's trying to flush it, and that's part of the growth process.
Where have you seen him grow the most since he stepped on campus?
Comfort in just his own skin, not just even on the field, just the comfort in being Jaden Rashada. Like, okay, all the other stuff's out of the way. I can go be an 18-year-old who's playing football at his dad's alma mater, right? I'm a quarterback at Arizona State, right? Power 5 school. Breathe, relax, and understand that you're one of the 1%, and go maximize your ability because his ability is really high. I've seen comfort, and that's what you have to take to be successful. Is you have to understand yourself and understand your own game, right? And that's what I've seen the most.
How much do you feel for a kid like Drew Pine, who was basically taken out of this race for week 1 due to an injury?
Yeah, I don't think that's a good question. I think that Drew Pine's coming here to compete, right? He's competing. He's going to come healthy, and we're going to see where it goes. So I don't feel at all for anybody, right? Just like any position on the field, right? We compete to win a job. Whoever wins the job, great. If you're in your feelings over somebody else beating you out in a job or any position, this isn't the place for you, because this place is going to breed competition from here until the rest of my career here. It's going to be about competition, and part of competition is responding to adverse situations, right? And then maybe your time will come and being ready. Right, so I don't feel bad for anybody on our team that gets beat out, because their opportunity is coming. It's their job to respond to that opportunity, right, and go be ready when their moment comes.
Where do you see Jaden right now in terms of leadership? Obviously, quarterbacks, when you look at a key leader, he's a true freshman. How has he come along in those specific respects?
I think he leads through effort. What I mean by that is it's going to be hard for him to lead through knowledge, right, because he's a freshman. He's going to learn. It's going to be hard for him to lead through respect because people just knew him. But what can show leadership? Work ethic. Care level, showing up every day extra, being there early, taking notes in everything you do, because everybody watches it and they go, okay, this dude cares. I can follow him. This guy can lead me because it matters. That's where I see Jaden.
Coach, how did Jaden take the news, and what did you think of his performance today?
Yeah, smiled. I mean, he was fired up. Obviously, he's worked for this his entire life. I recruited him. I told him the odds of you starting this year are very, very low. It was point blank. You can ask him that. I said, you're probably not going to start here, so if you want to go somewhere and be guaranteed a starting job, don't come here, because the odds of it happening are low, but he's earned it. And today, you saw a little bit of whoa on the starter. That's just the reality, like, oh, hey, a lot of pressure now. That's why we did it so early, because we felt like that was the direction it was going. He needs to feel this for 10 days of it being his team, right? Of it being, for going into this week, he needs to feel that, even though it's a practice, there's still some pressure on it. So I felt, early in practice there was a little bit of pressure, and then he calmed down. So it was good for him.
How much do you need to calm down that pressure from a coaching standpoint, or is it more just letting him develop that and learn that side of things on his own?
I mean, we can try to calm it down, but the reality is competitive people are going to respond in their own way, and they're going to learn through their experiences. So we can't simulate a game. We can try, but it's not going to be possible. And how he responds is hopefully going to improve throughout the situations on game day.
Thank God, for putting me in the position I am, and I also big thanks to Coach Kenny for always believing in me, ever since the recruiting process, and really him just teaching me something new every day, along with the older guys. They done a great job of building me, just helping me out every day, and I think that's really what helped me out, one of the things that helped me out the most. And honestly, this is big, but something I always dreamed of as a kid, but there's a lot of work to do, and there's a lot to accomplish, and I believe we're, taking the right steps.
What do you think earned you the job? Where did you make the biggest strides in camp, do you think?
Just being a good teammate, just growing every day. I think that's a question more so for the coaches, not for me. I really don't know. Just came in every day just to grow and be a better version of myself and be a good person. And, I'm surrounded by great teammates, and they've done a great job, bringing me in and making me feel part of the team. And I'm super comfortable, just out here playing with my guys.
At what point, obviously you were the number 3 quarterback most of spring, and at what point did you say, you know what, I got a chance to be the guy?
Well, I just always looked at it like we're teammates, so I don't really look at things as a competition. I just look at, if what I bring is what helps win games for the team at the moment, then that's what it is. But really I just came on every day just trying to be the best version of myself, and got great coaches that helped me along the way with great teammates.
The journey to get here, going back to the spring, what's your predicted where you were going to go play and your path to get on the field?
Yeah, I just think everything happens for a reason. I'm a firm believer of that. So, I mean, you know, the journey to get here was crazy, but you know, it makes sense every day that why I am here, and I'm beyond grateful for that.
How'd your dad take the news?
Yeah, that was like one of the, you know, it was pretty emotional for him because he played here, you know, and he's seen everything that I went through and just how happy I was here. And I think that as a parent, you know, is all you can ask for. So my dad loved it. I'm sure that made his year.
Kenny's talked about how he's kind of intentionally scripted some adversity for the quarterbacks and some intentional bad plays and just kind of see how you guys react. How have you kind of, you know, embraced that approach?
Yeah, I embraced it. You know, I'm not perfect, so, you know, I got a lot of passion, so, you know, just dealing with it every day and knowing that things won't be perfect, you know, but just knowing how to deal with losses and wins during plays and just keeping your head on straight and staying level-headed.
How do you feel about the offensive weapons at your disposal and how the offense is about to perform?
Yeah, I believe in them 100% and can't wait to play with them.
Kenny said during recruitment, you know, he said you weren't promised anything to come here and to compete. Where does that kind of drive to compete kind of come from for you?
The drive to compete, I've just always been a natural competitor, and I think, you know, just getting to the college level and just wanting better for yourself every day, I think is what drove me the best. And, you know, also not wanting to let teammates and coaches down. You know, you become part of a brotherhood, and you know that's why you play.
Did it feel any different today out there after being named the starter?
No, not really, because like I said, you know, I believe I had more confidence from it, but it didn't feel different because, you know, my teammates and coaches, they always done a great job of treating everybody the same and just having a great atmosphere. So, you know, everything felt the same.
Who are some of those people that helped you acclimate so quickly once you got to town?
Shoot, I would just say everybody. You know, I can't even point out a couple people alone, but, you know, just all around, we got a great group of guys and great teammates, and that's how you win football games.
Kenny mentioned that it's going to be the start for the opener. What do you feel like you need to do to make sure that you're starting week 2 and beyond?
Just need to go week by week and prepare as well as I can so I can go out there and perform. And, you know, winning is what's most important, so doing whatever I can for my teammates.
Hey, Jake, you got off to kind of a rocky start with those 2 passes over there. How did you kind of collect yourself and respond moving forward after that?
Yeah, I was a little frustrated, but things happen, you know, and just having the ability to move on, you know, just learning from it and making sure it doesn't happen again.
Does anything faze you?
No, nothing phases me.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, bud.
Appreciate it.